Welcome everybody to the Extra Mile, your Wisdom Wednesday today. I'm Ashley Williams.
I'm Jamie Tarrant.
And we have a guest today, Sharon Malone. Yay, welcome Sharon. We're going to be talking today about self-defense. There are so many areas in our life that we take for granted that maybe we should be a little bit more alert, or what should we know when we're traveling, especially how to be more vigilant, what should we be prepared for? And when we're out running and being active out in our environments, what are some things we should be thinking about? So Sharon, you want to give us a little bit of background on you?
Yeah, so my name is Sharon Malone. I work with a company called Damsel in Defense, and I have been doing self-defense for about 7 years now, teaching safety. And I was paralyzed in a car accident 11 years ago, and I had 3 kids at the time, so they were 2, 4, and 7. So it was really important to me to be a mom, and that is why I'm so passionate about safety, because I didn't know if, what if somebody tried to kidnap my kids? I can't run after them anymore. If somebody broke into my home, I couldn't just jump out of bed anymore. So I started doing self-defense. I did training with the City of Mesa, City of Chandler, City of Phoenix, and then I earned my CCW. And then, which was everyone should do with just to know gun safety. And then I started taking jiu-jitsu from a wheelchair, and so that I could take guns and knives away if I needed to. So with all of that training, it's got me to where I am today. So everyone, 90% of self-defense is really situational awareness. So, but there are things that you can do to, improve your chances to make yourself a soft, a hard target versus a soft target.
That was something I was really mind-blowing for me, was knowing how to make yourself a target or not a target. We might not know the things that we're doing that to the perpetrator out there, they're like looking for certain things. So if we know what people are looking for, how to make yourself less of a target. And that's what, when I had Sharon talking for an event we had recently, there are so many things to know. It's good to hear these things multiple times. So save this one in your archives, because you might want to refer back to it and hear how to be self-aware a little bit more frequently and have that muscle awareness, like you said.
And I think as we come up into spring break and you're going on your vacations with your kids, having an idea of what they're looking for when your kids are around, and making sure that you're protected and situationally aware of what they're doing is also going to be super important.
We've seen it, guys. You're on vacation and the horrifying stories of the children that's being kidnapped, or the mom that's kidnapped, never heard from again. That you never want that to be a possibility, and that's where you're vulnerable on a vacation. Absolutely. Now, what are some ABCs of self-defense?
So it's always good to have both a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. So if something ever taken from you, you always have something else in your toolbox to be able to defend yourself. Yeah. So my plan A is always my stun gun. And the reason behind that is because every weapon can be taken from you and used against you. And the things that perpetrators are obviously looking for are, one, we're distracted. Number one is our cell phone.
Our cell phone.
And so that is something that a perpetrator is looking at with their cell phone, because you're distracted. That's the number one distractor. 2, if you're wearing, the AirPods, earbuds, things like that, when you're going out, those you can't listen to a car or hear that bush, rustling. So you want to be able to hear around you. So posture is another thing. Always looking at somebody eye to eye, so that you can say, I'm identifying you. I could identify you in a lineup if I needed to. So if you're making eye contact and not looking down at the floor, that's something that they're looking for, because they're casing you before they even approach you.
Like before you even notice them.
Before you even notice them. They're going to come at you in seconds, so you're going to have to react in seconds. Yeah. Every criminal will tell you they don't want to get caught and they don't want to get hurt. Those are the 2 things that they will all say. So of course, I'm going to eliminate first, my stun gun 1, it's got the super bright flashlight. Every police officer, every security guard, every military, what do they have? They have a flashlight, so to keep that, showing that you're paying attention. So if you have that and showing you're paying attention. But I just have to up. Now,
That's
fire.
scary. Yep.
So
That'll get someone's
will
attention.
that get someone's attention? Absolutely. And that's not like a normal car alarm or sound.
Right.
You know, that is something that you would be like, okay, what is that? You
What
jump.
is that?
It doesn't matter if somebody's heard it a million times, they still jump.
Yes.
You know, it attracts attention.
Yes.
So that is attracting
Yes.
attention. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you're attracting attention, not just eliminate that they're going to get caught, because now
Yes.
everybody's looking at them.
They got to
You know,
leave.
they're
looking
gotta,
for exits.
yeah, they're looking for exit. They're going to stop immediately. They had a plan in place. Now you've just disrupted that plan.
Yes.
So they have to retreat to figure out a new plan. Or if they're just going to move on to a softer target.
Yes.
So an easier grab. So now they know that you're armed. So that's my warning shot to say, hey, don't approach me.
Don't you dare.
You know,
That's
if
good.
you do, you're gonna have a bad day. But otherwise, you know, but if they are still, you know, stupid enough to still come at me, it's personal contact, and I can hit that button as many times as I need to in order to get them down. So it's a, you know, very, you know, it's 18 milliamps worth of electricity that's going through them.
Wow.
It's not going through you; it's going through them. So there's no vibration there. There's no, you know, current that's going through.
It's a really nice, easy to hold. Like this is a nice size. I don't know if you guys can see this. We're in a little bit. You just press, and it's got this flashlight option. Oh, that's really nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it also you can see it's on, it's visible, but if it were to be taken from you, now it's disabled, so they can't use it against you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that's your safety feature, because again, you know, every weapon can be taken from you and used against you.
Yes.
So you don't want to have that. If you do freeze for any reason and they take it from you, then they can't use it against you.
Wow.
So it's USB charge. So it comes with the wall charger, car charger, and USB. So you always have that,
Keep
you
it
know,
charged.
to know where it's indicated, so you know how much power it's going to have. So that's my plan. That's my plan A. But if my plan A was taken from me, I have my plan B, which is my pepper spray. That shoots up to 16 feet away. Plenty of distance between me and an
Nice.
attacker. It's a direct spray, so it's not going to miss back onto me.
That's helpful. Yeah.
And also it's got a UV dye in it, which means it can be detected under black light. So if they say they weren't
Ooh.
there, no, they can still be identified. So that is a good feature, because it will stay on the skin for about 2 days. So even if they shower, there's still some residue on the skin. Police officers will tell you, I will sometimes take that 60 seconds of the stun, and then being pepper spray, because that stuff lasts for days.
Wow.
The eyes are still burning. So when
Yeah.
they have to go through that training, they hate it. So, but it is
that-
Zorro.
you see the-
Eyes, nose, mouth.
The Zorro.
So it's
Yeah.
Zorro. I always remember it that way, because the eyes are automatically going to swell shut. Doesn't matter if they're intoxicated or not. The eyes are going to swell shut. And if you open it, it burns even worse. But if it goes to the nose or the mouth, it's restricting their airways. So that's why you do the eyes, nose, mouth. So,
We see them just spray like this, but really you've got to get that whole
Yeah.
eyes, nose, mouth
eyes, nose,
coverage.
mouth. So I always will say that, eyes, nose, mouth, or Zorro.
Zorro.
I will say it out loud while I'm doing it, so that I can remember, what I'm doing. But you got to practice. So even when you got the pepper spray, it's an on-off position. So it's off, on, spray. Use your thumb, because that's your strongest finger. So on, off, spray. So you can just keep on going on, off, spray, on, off, spray. So it's just to give you the muscle memory, because you have to do something 1,000 times in order for you to have the muscle memory to remember at the time of action.
Especially if you've never sprayed one before, and that's
you don't
a
want to be
scary
like, oh, wait,
situation.
yes.
What do I do?
What do I do?
Where are my keys? You know, we
Yes.
get anxious.
Yes, and
so
you
then
want to have it on you, because you don't want to be like, wait, let me get my purse.
Yeah,
get my
wait a
purse
minute.
out. Be like, sure, no problem, I'll wait for you. No, they're not going to give you that chance. So you want to have it in your hand. And then of course, my plan C is, if they are on me for any reason, if they're, trying to choke me or anything like that, I've got my striking tool. This is, it's called a Kubotan. It is a martial arts tool. A lot of it, I'll call it the stabby thing, but just,
Stabby thing.
But the term is a Kubotan. And so the striking positions I'm going to go for are the nerves. So I can go here and here are the two nerves that control the arm. So those are very sensitive areas. So you can go boom, boom, or you can go into the inner thighs. So those are two nerves that, are in the legs. Anywhere in the thoracic area. You can go into the ribs if you needed to.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the face can be potentially, lethal. So be careful, on that. It is on a self-defense purpose. but I'm gonna go right here to the windpipe, or I can go right behind the ear. I can knock you out right behind your ear.
Ooh, yeah.
Boom, I'm gonna knock you out. So,
Show them this one.
so you can
Look at
show
this
that.
beauty. So nice. You get that grip right here. It's nice and sharp, thin, you know.
So I do stage those throughout, throughout my house. I have obviously one in the doorway of my car, in case they do come in from a car position. I've got it in the car, boom, I've got you. I have one on me, so I have a lanyard, as well as I have this, I've got them stuff everywhere. But yes, and then I have one at my front door and I have one at my back door. Just put it on a command hook, because nowadays they're dropping off packages, and then they'll actually go behind the pillar and wait for you, because you're thinking, oh, you got your package.
Go
and then
get my package.
they're coming out. So I've got it in the door, boom, got you. But if they come at my back door, then of course I've got it, the same thing.
Very smart.
I've got one at my back door and throughout the house. So you should have things staged throughout your house. But and then of course I have it on a nice bracelet. So I have all my tools. So I've got my plant egg, PMB, plant seed all in one place. So it's nice to have when it's all in one place. But these are not TSA approved. So when you are traveling.
And so what about the airports? What can we travel with? What are some of these ABC items that we can use when traveling?
So the three that I just showed, the ABC, those are not TSA approved to be put onto the airplane. However, you can put it into your check luggage, and then depending, of course, where you're going, and if you're going out of the country, make sure that you check out all the different, the laws in each place. But you can put them in your check luggage. So I always, especially with the stun gun, I do take the pin out. So it's simply just a flashlight without the pin in it. So if you keep it separate, if they do for any reason, check it, it's just a flashlight. So without the pin, when I'm at my destination, then I put the pin in and then it's ready to go.
Wow.
So some of the things that you can take with you on the airplane is an emergency whistle, which it looks like a necklace, but it's actually an emergency whistle, which blows 130 decimal sound. So of course, it's a loud sound that would attract attention. So you're eliminating that first part, that getting caught.
Yes.
And distracting. Some personal alarms, just pull the alarm, and then of course you've got that as well. We do even have an alarm that has GPS tracking in it. Ooh. So if you pull the alarm, then it alerts up to 5 emergency contacts that you're not safe. And then it will GPS track you until you punch in a code on your phone with your own single PIN number. So that's something, a perpetrator would not know your PIN number. So you'll be able to, put in your PIN number, and then it sends that text message to those 5 people that says, I'm now safe.
Wow.
So,
thinking children, out there, absolutely.
It's almost like you're having that tracking. I know that kids hate it to be tracked sometimes, but it is for their safety, and you just gotta educate them, that's for their safety. I have a door stopper that you actually can put underneath the door, or suction it to a window. But I put that in every hotel room that I ever go to. I shove that underneath the door, because if they open the door, then the alarm goes off, and it sounds like you have an alarm system. So that way they're gonna, people may come out and say, okay, is there a fire or whatever. That way they're gonna take off, because then they're getting caught again. So they're gonna take off. Or that will alert you someone's coming in. You've got your protection tools ready, and then if they came at you, then you've got, then you have, the opportunity.
That's got to be a crucial thing when you're Airbnb and you're in someone's home. You don't know whose home you're in, the neighbors, if they've got codes, exactly. What kind of setup that you're walking into. We don't know this, guys. We take for granted. Oh, it's online. It looks secure. It looks safe. It's a nice area. We don't know.
Yeah, a lot of hotel rooms have, even in hotel rooms, they have cameras, that traffickers have put cameras in, and is able to, to view you. So that's something that you should be checking, that, hotel room.
I've never checked my hotel room for cameras. That is so smart.
That is something to definitely look for whenever you go to a hotel room. It's something to check for. Absolutely. So that, at least you've got that. Especially, going through the home, finding out where your exits are in an Airbnb, you need to find out your exits and so forth, so that if something happened, you'd be able to get out safely.
Absolutely. I like how you said, going into that new hotel room or Airbnb and putting your things in the, putting your safety items in the exits and finding that exit plan, that strategy, just in case.
Yeah, you keep a pepper spray in the bathroom. I have a little safe. It's looks like a hairspray, but it's actually a safe. I even have one with a brush that actually can take that little, refill, that insert that you can actually put in a hairbrush, and it's a nice working hairbrush, but it's something that they would never think that you would be putting something in.
Exactly.
So if you got into a bathroom and they, was safely be able to lock the door, and they try and break down that door, yes, you've got that, a pepper spray, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna get you if you break down that door. I've got you.
Oh,
so
amazing.
Something like that. So that's, yes, you should, stage it as well, just as if you would stage your home.
Absolutely.
So that's a TSA approved to be put on. I have a lot of flight attendants that are able to take that with them onto the, on the airplane. So it is, that door alarm or door lock. It's portable lock that will fit right into any door that's got, the deadbolt. Then you just lock it in, and they won't be able to break down your door. You just chain it, so just like that, so they won't be able to break down the door.
Wow.
Because they can, sometimes they loosen up those latches, and so that's something to make sure that that's tight. If those latches, because we take for granted that those, are working, that those latches, we've got not only locked, but they can with the card readers. They can ask it, hotel desk for a new key. There is even a tool that you can even buy at Home Depot, Lowe's, that just reaches underneath the door, and then, will open up the handle, and boom, they're in your room. So
guys, we've got to be aware of these things.
These are, some simple things that, any, criminal that knows these things.
Yes.
Of course, they're gonna, we've got to be smarter than them, and that's, we've got to keep up with the times, that because we have such a, so many things that we never take for granted. So
it's easy now on both ways. They can watch us easier now. They can have easy access to our rooms, to our personal space. We've got to be also with these quick, easy ways to be prepared. So that's a good comment, that it's easier.
So if you are going to take, just a carry-on or just a backpack, etc., those are some of the things that you can take just on the airplane, but at least, that will be able to alert you that something's happening, and you'll be able to, to react, and that, would tie into, then if you didn't have a protection tool on you, then plan D is if I have to use my body as a, defense mechanism.
So last resort, we've got our body, and we can use moves to defend ourselves. So let's start with some of those moves that might be really helpful for us if the, dang it, let's try again.
Let's keep going.
Yes. So let's start with some of those moves that we might need in case there is a physical altercation and we need to know what to do. What do you think?
So plan D is obviously, so I have my plan A, plan B, plan C, but my plan D is if I have to use my body in order to defend myself. Yes. So one of the most scenarios that you'll see is, trying to grab some of you.
Yeah.
So I'll have you grab me. So for any reason, if somebody grabs you, now what you do want to do is make sure that you're not pulling away. And the reason I say that is because when I'm pulling away, they're now going to grip even harder.
Yes.
Because they think you're resisting. So it's going to be a lot more. I'm not going to win this fight. And usually a man's going to be stronger and to be able to, get me if I was to. So I really want to be in the, please don't, don't hurt me kind of. So they are going to kind of loosen their guard a little bit. They're not going to grip as hard because they're not thinking you're not resisting. So I want them as close to me as possible. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing is I'm going to go like hi, as if you were saying hello. I'm like, please don't hurt me. So the dynamic of, the hand on how you're, grabbing me is going to be a little bit different. It's going to change the dynamic. Now, we've all watched Karate Kid, right?
Yes.
The wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
It's kind of that same scenario. So I am going to say first going high, and then I'm going to go into a C position. So on a slow position, you're going to see now your wrist is in an upward position. So, you're down here with a stronger Now I'm actually making it a little bit more difficult. It's going to be in an upward position. So I'm going to go around like a circle, and it automatically, it's not about power, it's about physics. It's just going to slip out of, the wrist. So I'm just going to go high and then out. Just quickly, you're going to do it in a quick position. So it's up, and then C. So, and that just, her wrist is automatically, they lose the grasp.
I can't hold it anymore when she does that.
So when I'm going to be bringing her closer, to me. So when I'm doing that, because I want to be able to do what I call a high-low or low-high. You can then, at this position, now that you've got you out of the way, you can either knee in the groin, and then of course, what are they going to do? Is they're going to bend forward.
Should I stay under?
Yeah.
So I'm here, right?
Yes. So I've gotten out of the wrist grab. So now I can either knee right in the groin, so obviously the most sensitive, doesn't matter if it's male or female, that hurts.
It does not.
So you can go low or you can go high. So, and of course, in my position, I'm bringing her closer to me. So now I'm able to do either 3 ways. You can go a throat strike, which would be going like this, or your palm is the hardest part of it. Elbow and palm are the hardest part of your body. So you can go upwards and just break the jaw, or the nose. So you can go right for the nose. That hurts everybody, and there's no discrimination on people. That hurts no matter what. So I can go any one of those. I can do all 3 if I needed to. And if you miss for any reason, that's okay. They may turn their heads this way and avoid it, but they're not gonna fight you this way. Yeah. They're gonna look at you again. So it's that second strike, just like a cobra. So if I missed you the first time, I'm gonna go right at you again. So
second strike.
Second strike. Yeah. So don't be, and it doesn't have to be graceful. It just so you can either go high first and then go low, or you can go low and then go high. Either way, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, those are some easy areas to focus.
Easy areas. And so even if they grab you with 2 hands, that gives you free, that's their 2 hands are, on you. So that means you're free to go, to right,
that's
there. True. My son likes to do that. He likes to try and do both and get me on both of my bam. I got you with the other one. So either way, so that's, and it doesn't matter which hand they grab you with. So same thing. But if for some reason, and you could not get out of this position, because they were gripping too hard, you can go the reversed way. Now that's bringing their arm here. I could go down and bend, and I could break. You want to go for this, the triceps, and then just kind of, put some pressure on there. That hurts.
And you're
in a forced position, that's going to hurt. So
try the away.
So if you can't get this way, so wax on is there, but wax off.
Wax off.
If you can't get out of this position, and you can keep on doing, until you get, away, but you'll be able to, and then strike.
And like you said, kind of pulling them into you.
Pulling them into you. You want them to be as close as possible, so then I can.
It's also uncomfortable. Like,
yes.
wait.
And for her, especially in my position, you're having to get off balance. If I pull you towards me, you're just like, off balance.
It's not expected.
It's not expected.
I'm expecting you to pull away.
I'm expecting you to pull away.
And
then get me. So now I'm like, no, I want you closest to me. And the reason I want you that, I'm pretending it's a resist position, but I'm really actually, getting you closer to strike you.
Because I immediately think, like you said, the perpetrator also doesn't want to get hurt.
Exactly.
And you come in, them coming in closer, it's like, well, wait, am I going to get hurt now? You want to keep kind of distance and grab, put you off, distracted. But if now I'm off and distracted by that, I can't do what my intentions were.
Yeah, your intentions are thrown off.
That's awesome.
So, yes.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
Yes.
And so in a chokehold position, we'll do that. So if you were to come at me, you can, it's okay. Yep. So of course, the first thing you want to do, so she's going to go right at my windpipe, right? This is going to be in a choke. I can choke you out in 68 seconds. So that's, how easy it is. 6 to 8 seconds is all you need to choke someone out. Now you can't, you can't defend yourself if you're passed out, right?
Right.
So the first thing you want to do is put your chin to your chest. So you can see this is here. Now I put my chin to my chest, my airways are now open. Now I've always learned from military too that you can always also go to either side. It doesn't matter what, left or right, but if you're putting your chin to the shoulder, that's also here. I can now, my airways are open. So you want to be able to do that. The next thing you want to do, so that's your first thing, is always on your neck. So always put your chin to chest. First thing you want to do, no matter what, chin to chest. And any, chokehold position, whether they come behind you or not, you always want to go chin to chest. Keeps your airways open. I'm not gonna go like all the way around your hands, because then I'm showing you that I'm trying to fight back. I'm literally just monkey gripping the inside. Now you'll feel these two, nerves that are right here in the wrist. So I'm just literally just gonna go in a monkey grip, and then I'm going to, in a slow position, you're gonna push out.
Oh,
okay. Now look what's open.
Easy to let go. Yeah.
Now what's
exposed.
Open. You're exposed.
Yes.
Here and here again. That high-low position. The same, concept. So I'll do it, quickly. So it's I'm gonna monkey grip.
Wow.
So I've now pushed.
That was amazing.
Boom, boom, boom.
Should we see, Jamie, you try?
No way.
So there's,
oh my
those
gosh,
are the
that
days
is,
in it. So just pushing out. Now you can also do on what I call it the cheerleading position. So do the same thing. So again, chin to chest, you're gonna go up like a cheerleader, boom, down, and right in between, either this side or this side, doesn't matter what works. Now, of course, I have balance issues. This one's more stronger for me, but I'm gonna go down and it's gonna break away. And then again, do that. Now their faces again is to me, boom, 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 or, boom, boom.
Wow.
So low, high, high, low.
That monkey grip is neat, because what she's pressing on is right here in like that sensitive area, right? You kind of get that spot, and you
sometimes they'll, how they
pull.
check, when they're checking your pull, checking the beats. That's, those are areas that, you've got the nerves in between. There's your, just boom, right there.
It makes it so my hands have very little ability to squeeze.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's amazing.
Exactly.
So simple.
So simple.
And then you can also,
cheerleader, down. Yep. And then boom, boom, boom.
boom. And what I'm noticing with Sharon, guys, is she's really deliberate with her movements. You can't do that softly or timidly or slowly, right? You got to do the movements really quick and very deliberately.
Yes.
So you got to be ready to move.
Yeah.
So I like that too.
Just, it's in, so just keep practicing it. Of course, you got kids. Who does not want to practice this on their kids?
Yeah,
I
do.
I mean, what kid doesn't want to choke their mom?
I know. Try it. Watch this.
Yeah. So these are things that you can practice with your kids, and because it is about repetition. You've got to do practice, because again, it's a fight or flight. So when adrenaline's rushing, that's why we see that in some of those crime shows. You see those, girls that are trying to get in the car if they have a key, and they're just like, you're like, open that door, and you're yelling at the TV, but that's really alive. That's happening in real life. That really is. When your adrenaline's rushing, your fine motor skills are the first thing to go.
Yeah.
So that's why using your body is, is the kind of like the last resort if you had to. That's why you want to have protection tools to disrupt their plan, or use that, just the situational awareness. Again, situational awareness, 90% of self-defense is just paying attention. That they know who they're targeting. They know if you just, and I always, especially when I see someone on either, whether you're running or jogging or even walking by someone, and you look behind you when someone passes you, you're gonna do that twice. Ooh, and the reason I say that is because they will, anticipate you looking back. So I'm just like, I notice you, but then I'm looking that second time, because they could be coming up behind me on that second turn. Now they saw that but they know oh, okay, I'm gonna go on. But then
if you're aware, you're already taking yourself off the top of the list.
Yes, exactly. Right? So that second glance is like, oh, okay, never mind. She's paying
attention.
Yeah, she's paying attention, and I mean, she's going to be not an easy grab. And that's what we were trying to do. And this, is to make you now going from a soft target to a hard target. We want you to be a hard target, because if they don't want to work for it, they don't want to finish. So just fight. If you're going to take me down, you're going to take me down right here, on the spot. Never go into in a car with them, or never go to a secondary location because you're not coming back. So just if they're gonna get me, they're gonna get me there. But I'm gonna fight to, fight to that death. If I have to, I'm gonna fight because they will eventually give up because they don't want that. Just like a lion, and if they have to work for it, they're not gonna waste that energy to get that kill. It's just they want. Boom, boom, and that's it.
It's a good reference. They're looking for the easy kill, like the lion is looking for that injured or less confident, less, a little slower than the pack.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
That's what they're doing. So it's just that's what the predator's doing as well.
Wow. And is there so if they're coming from behind you?
So yeah, I mean, if they come up from behind, we can certainly do that. It's so obviously. What they, anything, if they do it in this position, of course, what you want to do is you want to go for any one of the fingers. It doesn't matter, all of them hurt. But if you can get the middle finger, that is the one that's the least flexible finger. Thumb can go back, pinky can go back, all of them can go back. The middle one is the least flexible, but I can grab any finger and put it backwards. Anyone over breaking a finger, it hurts no matter what.
Yeah.
So you can do that to break away and then turn around, and then I would, do the same maneuvers.
The spots, the high, low,
that's
low,
high. That's high, low.
The finger, I would have thought of that. That is so good.
Sometimes they will come behind, with a, in the.
This way.
Yeah, this way. So this is, what MMA fighters will do to be able to, choke someone out. So, they just, again, it's same thing. If you can't get through the hand, don't worry about it. But of course, if I had my striking tool, boom, I'm going to go there on the wrist and break away, turn around and break away. What you guys can do as able-bodied, because I, of course, have the ability to, it's not fun to be run over by a wheelchair. I'm going to just go back up, and then I'm going to run you over, and then it's not going to feel good for you. Yeah. But for you, if you want to step aside on this way, so for you, it would be, you're going to step one step to the side, and boom, where's that hand going? I'm going to go right to the groin. Yeah. They're going to bend forward. So yes, exactly. So you're taking one step, and then boom, you're going to go to the groin. Boom, you're going to use your elbow, and then I can go upwards into the face, or you guys can go upward to the face, but, into the chest, face, turn around, do the same things.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's something you do need to practice, too, because you think like grab or like
but again, you're always going to put that chin to that chest, regardless. But just take one step over, boom, and then boom, 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 boom. You can and then turn around and go in the face and then get the heck out.
And keep going till they're
keep going. Yeah, you just want to get out.
Now get out. Yes.
Now get out. Now it's your exit because they are because that hurts. Yes. That does hurt.
That's going to give you that opportunity to get away.
That's the one opportunity to get away.
That is beautiful. Oh, Sharon, I love this information. And we need to hear it. We need to refresh our memories and remind ourselves just how vulnerable we can be. And so I'm so appreciative of you giving this information.
Yes. Thanks so much for your time. That was awesome.
Amazing. So be aware, be diligent. Practice these moves.
Practice.
So our amazing Extra Mile readers, you're going to get a really great special to have some of these items, the ABC items on hand when you need them. So Sharon lovingly has made an awesome package, and I'm going to let her describe that package that you can get.
So for $99, you can get the stun gun, you can get a pepper spray, you get the striking tool, and then you get the bracelet to put it on. So all 4 things that you're gonna get for $99. That's normally $130 plus tax and shipping. But for $99, you get all 4 things.
So I'm gonna show you guys, just so you can see, I have one for my daughter and for myself, but you have this all nicely together, your pepper spray, your stabby thing, right? The stun gun and flashlight all nicely together so that you're really protected and you have those options. My daughter and I practice with these, and it's a really great thing to know how to use each one and when, right? So thank you so much, Sharon. It's such a good thing to always have some tools. So you've given us some great tools today that we need to continue learning. Yeah. And so I have now seen this twice. I now have more in my database, and will be more aware too when I'm traveling. It's so smart.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.